Over the weekend, we saw the beginning and growth of a Tory rebellion to Boris Johnson's controversial bill that would override parts of the Brexit withdrawal agreement. Now, at the moment, dozens of Tory MPs are expected to support adding a key amendment to the Internal Market Bill. This would give Parliament a very important veto on any changes to the agreement. So, it looks like MPs will have an opportunity to present their opposition during a second reading and debate of the bill later today. It will also be put to a vote before it passes to the committee stage. It's also expected that a number of Tory MPs are going to abstain on the vote today, with up to 30 expected to back the amendment tabled by Sir Bob Neill, who is the chair of the Justice Select Committee. However, not just Tory backbenchers will be willing to defy the government on this. Boris Johnson's former Attorney General, Geoffrey Cox, said yesterday evening that he could not support the bill, and he described the government's plan as unconscionable. The Labour Party have also vowed to vote against the bill in its current form. However, their impact on all of this is extremely limited indeed. In another shocking twist, the Justice Secretary, Robert Buckland, said on the BBC Marr show that he would resign if the law was, quote, broken in a way that I find unacceptable, but stressed that we are not at that stage yet. He also described it as a, and I quote, break the glass in emergency provision if we need it. He's basically saying, I will resign if I think I did something wrong, but he doesn't seem to think threatening to break international law is something wrong. Now, two political heavyweights have given their opinion on this also. Former Prime Ministers John Major and Tony Blair criticised the threat to break international law over the weekend. In a joint article for the Sunday Times, both men urged MPs to reject the legislation, saying it risked the Irish peace process, along with trade negotiations and the UK's own integrity. Now, Bob Neill has said that his amendment will not reach Parliament until the second week of debates, but he does believe that this will allow time for momentum to grow against Boris Johnson's bill. He also explained that government ministers will now be under pressure to explain why they are opposing allowing Parliament to have a veto. Brexiteers have always been banging on about how Parliament is sovereign, but as soon as Parliament imposes its sovereignty, it gets branded as a home for traitors and remainers. It's important to remember that Mr. Neill's amendment doesn't actually remove these clauses from the bill. Now, some people have asked, why doesn't the amendment go all the way and remove these controversial clauses? Neill says that he thinks it will happen eventually via compromise amendments. I personally think that he's playing with fire if he thinks that Dominic Cummings-controlled Boris Johnson will allow their bill to be watered down. So is there any chance that they will win? Well, at the moment, no. But the longer this is dragged out, the worse it is for the government. However, this bill is likely to see major opposition in the House of Lords. This is very different to what happened with the actual withdrawal agreement bill that was sent to the second chamber. The Lords passed it due to the fact that it was part of a manifesto pledge of the winning party in the last election. No political party ran on a manifesto of breaking the law though, so I don't see the House of Lords allowing this to pass. Disquiet over this bill is not just growing in the UK, but also in Europe and in particular in Ireland, where it would impact most if border checks were to be reinstated due to the collapse of the withdrawal agreement. Boris Johnson may be testing his party's resolve. Will they allow him to break the law? If this doesn't go down in flames in the House of Lords, it will be a dangerous precedent. It will mean that Boris Johnson will get away with literally breaking the law. And he will do it again and again. Only the reasons for doing so will be different. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot. I want to say a big thank you to all of my patrons. You ensure that this channel continues to exist. I'm eternally grateful for all of your support. If you join Patreon, you will receive instant access to our Discord server, where we have both audio and video chats. You can chat with me and other patrons, where we discuss important and non-important issues. Becoming a patron per month costs about the same as a large coffee. so why not check it out?